I've been playing Magic all day with somebody. Someone came over playing Magic, so my voice is already gone. It's 8 hours of Magic for me today, but the more the better, right? All right, so we're here with Tsagan, Raider, Warlord, 3 mana 1/4, double strike. Start your engines, what they do. Whenever it attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 for each creature you control with first strike or double strike. So the more of those you have, the scarier your attack is. Fortunately, this is one of the start your engines cards where you don't actually need to start your engine, because all it really does is give this death touch. Basically everything else in the deck already has first strike for the most part, or double strike or something. Some cards don't, right? Some don't. You'll be naturally starting the engine anyways, but by the time the engine is started, if this is really the only card that's doing it consistently, I could run more start your engine cards, I get that, but this, if that was the case, I think it would just be a lot worse. But by the time the engine is started, it's like turn 7, right? Or really, it's like kind of turn 8, because the turn you get to the 4th one, you're already have dealt like the damage, so you have to untap and then it's relevant. And I'm so not, nothing's new. This hasn't changed my opinion. The start your engine strategy, like if the engine is extremely important to your core game plan, then it's probably just not a good core game plan. And fortunately, you can just, in my estimation, having not played any games yet, sort of ignore that. So we're going to try to not care about the start your engines max speed part. Ishin copies this trigger, and so does Delny. Now, this gets big with everything else, but this doesn't see that until after you get the trigger, right? So you swing, and then you get the trigger at the bottom half of the text box of this card, and then now everything happens again, as opposed to not having that happen, right? So I think this works like Ishin does. I'm 99% certain it does, and so it's in here. Other than that interesting stuff, it's just a bunch of first strike, double strike, random creatures that just our commander loves to play with and whatnot, right? No tapped lands. I don't think I put any in here. Surveil lands and the Triome, even, to me, is kind of a trap. We're trying to actually like kill our opponent before they get to play the game. If your opponent gets to a sweeper, it's quite the blowout. If they have efficient removal, it's kind of a blowout, right? I just got to kill people before they do anything. Or, keep them busy. Keep them busy. I would say if I was all in and trying to kill people super fast, it would probably make sense to replace these kinds of cards, like the Cassius Welcome, with more threats to actually kill my opponent before I'm like in this making sure I'm not running out of cards thing. But I think there's a happy medium there. Griff's Boon, I was talking about this. It was like the last card I put in here. I really like this effect. You can just surprise people out of nowhere with just evasive flying for 1 mana, and then this is a card that's just part of the game until the game is over, or you exile it with Crocs or Flage. So I think that kind of effect is just pretty good, especially for 1 mana. So that's it. Mardu beatdowns. Let's see what happens. The tiers have been messed up lately? Putting new commanders against everything rather than like their own stuff. Well, if that's what they want to do, I guess I'm down with it. It just feels a little extremely painful to play against like Tamiyo and then just not have a functioning deck. But we'll see. Hello, goat. Yeah, I know new commanders usually don't have weight restrictions, but it usually was, or it felt like it's been, the new ones were like just, they had some kind of ceiling where they wouldn't be thrown against the tyrants of the format. Like Pock, for some reason, just wasn't playing against the tyrants. I don't really know why. When it was new. Now that one was, I guess, a unique case because it was just weird for a long time. Let's get rid of Rankle here, or just like random 1/1. get rid of... Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Let's just get rid of that. I'm not really feeling good about my position here. I mean, I haven't pushed a lot of damage, and it's already, like, the turn that it is against Tamiyo, so... the higher end bracket kind of games sort of end before you get to this point. Especially against, like, this. Change it after MH3? Oh man, look at that. Blue-green decks having all the 1 minute perfect answers. Amazing! Amazing. So I gotta kill this if I want to, like, continue playing. And I sort of do, so... And I can play both of these? I don't know if I want to crack the treasure token, though. Is it worth it? I feel like it just isn't worth cracking the treasure token to play Skrelv. It's not really getting me anywhere doing that. I don't know, I'm just going to spend it. It's not like... everything stops at 3. I'm just not playing Rankle anyways. The second effect of that in play is probably just a good idea. Giver does give protection. I can get my creature back. We'll see. Alright, well, speak of the devil. I mean, Rankle's looking a little bit more useful than it was 2 seconds ago. And I can't cast it. Yeah, I probably would cast Rankle right now if I could, so rip. Let's play the only thing I can play, because, I mean, yep. And let's do this now. And then let's do this here. Green. Swing. And get rid of this. And I think I say ambitious, because there's not many targets. You know, Shieldred's just pretty okay here. The needle has been doing some serious damage, so... Alright, Needlehead's doing some more damage. Huge. Bigly. Dummy wide. Mana base needs more duels. Well, as long as they're not tapped, I can look again. Not playing any tap lands. Wow, they actually swing. Wow. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no blocks. I am not convinced of anything. Oh, did they draw Time Walk? Oh, don't have Time Walk. Can we have anything but Time Walk, please? Okay, thank you. So, pre-combat or pre-combat? This kills them. I don't know. Make them show me something. Make my opponent show me stuff. This should be lethal, so I'm not going to swing with any more than that. Tamiyo doesn't play Fog, so... What?! I'm in shambles. I haven't played against a Fog in like 2 years. I haven't seen someone cast a Fog in 2 years. Probably longer, actually. Bro, you're a tier 1 deck. Like, you play against Scythus and Rusko. Why are you... What? What are you... What are you doing? I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that. That is obscene to me. He's metagaming? Yeah, I guess they're metagaming. But against what? The tier 1 brackets don't play. I'm just so... I'm so lost. I am so lost. Alright, well, I mean... I'm gonna... Yep. We're gonna... not swing with Crucius? Because this is still lethal? Opponent gets Invasion of Spurjuderbuber. Yep. We got there. We got there. We did it. Alright, we almost got it by the 2-cent penny dreadful pause for reflection. And you know what? I did pause for reflection. I did pause for reflection. Opponent played it, and I got quiet. I had to think about things. If I lost because of this, I would probably just uninstall Magic Arena and then proceed to become a fitness YouTuber or something. Bubblegum with the 7 months. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so this is all white mana, which means, play Voltron. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why would I do that? Evolved Sleeper. That's pretty interesting. So I think we're gonna play a Johnny, because a Johnny's just like stupid. Can you play Voltron with this? That feels like not a good idea. Creature control. I don't think I would do that. Wow, this is a very, very committing Davriel. That to me is a little insane, actually. I don't really agree at all with what my opponent just did. All right, so we're gonna do this. That is a very aggressive use of Dark Ritual and a Davriel. That's all right. Interesting. You're always seeing me play against Davriel? Eh. All right. So do I swing? Do I play my commander? Do I? I mean, yeah. Oh, they have Fatal Push? Oh, no. Who knows what it was, actually. Cut down, maybe? No, it wasn't cut down. They could have just cut this down and concede it, so... Maybe it was just the activation area. That's probably what it was. I kind of want to try that. Just putting a bunch of stuff on Ketramos for no reason, and then, you know, suddenly attacks. It starts to attack, like, later. Just seems funny. Alright, Balrog is the artifact one, right? Costs 1 less for each. Opponent's sending us the candy. Let's play this and assume I can just take 10 years, just do anything. The Iron Crag. Alright, so... I think we're gonna play our commander here. Because that's what I signed up for. So I'm going to play it. Exile 2 lands. Oh my goodness. Alright, yeah. Oh boy. Alright, love it. Cut lands for good cards? Yeah, you know what? We could. I'm not above that. I've been known to do that. Alright, well, at least they weren't on the play, but, well, they have the uninteractable one. I shall play uninteractable cards myself, then. Haha. Because you didn't expect that. So, what color is this? Double white. I have that. Black. Okay. So, blue-green doesn't really do stuff that makes Giver of Runes feel exciting about. I'm not going to swing with the Giver of Runes. This taps for power? It does. Alright. Aha! Bask in my randomness. Yes. Alright, so this... I am very interested in removing this from existence. Could have pushed more damage, but I think Giver of Runes is just a good idea to hang out with, especially with Snapdex. Come on, Snapdex, you're so close, buddy. You're so close to being worth it. Okay, don't care. Huge. Beseju, yep, alright. Sure, yep. Okay, yep, sure. Alright, yep. Okay, so... Oh, we drew the best thing ever. We're gonna name Dinosaur. We drew the best thing of all time. That was like the best card to draw. Colorless. Giver of Runes specifically gives colorless protection. Get wrecked. Yes! I thought your uncounterable instant speed colorless answer would stop my Snapdax for swinging for 12. Wait, can this go face? Target creature... No, I can't. I was about to say, I probably should have sent that face, but I think they're just dead anyways, right? Yeah, no, they're just dead. Alright, nice. Look at that. Look at that. Giver of Runes coming in. Coming in clutch. Now, I could have swung with it. Could have swung with it. And there's no guarantee I pull it out of packs either, because of course not. That's Rusko. Alright, I'm up against Rusko. Huh. Not gonna lie, I didn't think that was going to happen. This doesn't tap for red. If it did, I like it, but, like, life is just miserable because it doesn't. Sure. Bonjour. Hello. Red or white? Definitely white. Okay, Johnny. It's only the second time you've been here, buddy. Surely your blue-black opponent doesn't have the perfect removal on turn 1. Of course they do. Well, the answer that they need it. Sounds about right. Alright, well, at least that was completely irrelevant. We take those. Actually, kind of confused as to why they did that. Three exactly? Okay. When it gets Tome of the Infinite. Oh my goodness. Tome of the Infinite. Well, that's concerning. Let's play this. Wait. Yeah, alright. We're just gonna swing. I am playing lizards. Alright, well, I mean, we got a Johnny back, so you need, like, Ritual of Soot or something now. Because they don't have any white cards. This is almost lethal in one attack, actually. It's quite close. Getting Tome of the Infinite feels kind of insane. Maybe it isn't. It just feels a little crazy. Okay, well, I didn't wait till my turn. Casting my commander again is not that exciting, but I think I just have to. I mean, I have the Exert land. No, but it... Okay. I guess the Schmiedening shall commence. No Skrill. Defense. But I think the game is well past that mattering because they go to 1. How long have I played Magic? Well over half my life. So, like... Well, I don't know at this point. 17 years? 17 years, probably. Also, we beat Rusko. Look at that. Losing our commander and giving it haste later. Yeah, look at that. Actually got there. Didn't even need the other really good commander that everyone plays. Didn't even need it. Oops, I didn't add the red-white Verge land. Whoops. Well, assuming it isn't in here. And then, yeah, whoops. Okay. So this taps for white? No, it's black. Okay. So, blue. Kiora. This is a 5-mana Kiora that I don't think I've played against yet. I don't think I've played against... I mean, it's just a blue-green deck. It doesn't matter, but... I'm pretty sure I haven't seen this one, specifically. Do I play a Johnny next turn? I think I play the Doll, right? Well, I'd rather just put this in play before my opponent has mana drain, and then I can't play the game. So, I'll just do it now. Oh, look, my opponent might have counterspells, and I can't play the game. No way. No counterspell. Oh my goodness. Griff Spoon. Big if true. And it looks like it is true. And I also have a dinosaur. Haha. That's a cool card. That I've... Alright, they're done. Look at that. I won with 2 lands. Fervent Champion. 2 and 3? Yeah, that's stupid. That's dumb. Yeah, probably. Or no, what was no, it was the other one. Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time. Pack Rat. If we lose to Pack Rat, I don't think I'll be upset. I mean, I say that, but I probably will be upset. Oh, please block. Okay. I feel as though if my opponent actually did make a rat every turn, I would lose the game. So that's probably a good plus there. I could have kept the thing around. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. This is very valuable to me, the dog, so. And this has to go face to grow, and there's a good chance I just don't get to do that. So yeah, the dog's just the right play here. The Doge. We're investing. We're investing in the Doge. We did it. Oh, shoot. Stonks. Stonks in the opposite direction. Tragic. Actual tragedy. So we can play this and then do nothing. That's pretty cool. We could play this and then do nothing. It's also kind of neat. Alright, whatever. Came here to do this, so we're going to do it. Yeah, I think it is Once Upon a Time. Even if you do full retail it, it probably was Once Upon a Time on turn 2. Alright, so I don't know how I get around this. So I probably just don't. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and shoot. All right, life is pretty pain right now. I guess we're playing this and this. All right, I don't know what I'm looking for, and I'm not really likely to get it. Arabella's pretty interesting. It's got text on it. If I swing, 3 revert, yep, right. Swing. That's right, you chump. Oh, they didn't chump. Opponent, you just took 8 damage. You didn't have to. You have a high opinion of Doge these days? Yeah, you know, it's the opposite direction. If you flip the grid upside down, if you like take the chart and you flip it, you're back to the positives. Alright, because it's extremely important that I do this the right way, I will go and manually stack my triggers. Does anyone know how to do that? Because I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Auto order Sherberber. Oh, come on. Opponent, I just went into my... Alright. If I swing with that, they take that. It's 5. Should I swing anyways? They block there. I think I should just commit the damage. It's a lot of damage. I'm just gonna send it. It's just so much damage, and it's like that. Yeah, I'm always swinging. Like double blocking Arabella just doesn't feel like a successful block, and I feel like I'm just winning out. So I'm gonna send it. Yeah, Dogecoin was like 45 cents or something crazy. Now it's like 15 cents. Bloop. Actually, maybe I wanted a second white there. Yep, let's do that. Or, yeah, another white that doesn't deal damage to me. It's probably fine though. I don't think it matters. I mean, I'm at 25. It doesn't matter. You weren't talking about the coin. Well, I mean, I don't know what other Doge was worth bringing up. So, are we screwed here? All rats have fear. Oh, right. You got it. If I swing all out, I finish the engine. Does that matter? I don't think so. Swing all out. There, and there. They take 1? I lose my entire reality? No, there's just no way. There's no way. Oh, Department of Government Efficiency? Oh, yeah, I guess that one. I don't think that one has stonks in it, though. Rat Colony. Alright, I wasn't expecting this, because we hadn't seen it yet. But this is a good sign, I think. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Wow, they clone a rat colony. Look at that. 3 men a rat colony. Huge. Now, fear specifically is black and colorless, right? Yeah. It's like one of the older terms. I think the new one is like intimidate or whatever. So... Yep. Do I swing with the Esper Sentinel? I don't think I do. Because it sort of just like dies. So I'm going to just not do that. My opponent's last card needs to be like dummy good here. All of this must be blocked. Oh shoot, did I miss lethal chat? Oh my goodness. No, I didn't. Never mind. They could just mass block. I missed the sweeper trade, I guess. Like they have to... Why are they not... Hold on. Is there something going... Sacrifice? Sacrifice a rat, create... Oh, alright. So I'm... Why didn't they do that pre-thingy? Feel as though they probably want us to do that like first. And then block with those rats instead? Guess it's kind of the same, though. Yeah, I guess it's the same. Alright. If I had Eidolon and the Great Revel here, my opponent would just be totally screwed. Alright, we have 6 blockers, and we can make more. And I think I do the same attack. I don't need Esper Sentinel. Let's be real. I just don't need it. Let's just create it as another threat to just swing in with. Because the Maro Nar is a problem. Shoot, I wonder if I can ever actually swing past the Maro Nar. Can it outpace me, like rat count-wise? You know what? I don't think it can. It comes close to doing it, but I don't think this actually outpaces me. If they could untap it, like, right now, I suppose it would. I mean, we're at our starting life total, right? I mean... Alright, down to 2. You love Armored Armadillo? Well, I don't know if there'll ever be another deck where we play it, so enjoy it while it lasts. Where's the trample enchantment? Yeah, the flying Griff Spoon would definitely be nice here. Any crumbs? Sure. Alright, so they copy this because it gives them the most rats, but I think it doesn't matter? Actually, maybe it does. Can my opponent stay alive here? We're going to activate this to send a message. Oh, never mind. We're not, because it costs life. I only have the white source off that. Not doing it. Curse of Hospitality. Alright, they're done. They're dead. Yeah, I mean, that could have been the Black Cranko. Is that stupid? No, I'm just going to do that. Yeah. Alright, so we got it. Can we beat the smoothest of brains? Let's find out. If I don't play this now, it never does anything again. It probably, you know what? It's probably already too late for this to really do anything. I'm just gonna give my commander a good thing in play, especially with Griff Spoon. Just do that. Yeah, I don't know. This might not even be the game for this card. Maybe this is just wrong to keep it. The match, rather. Oh boy, I can't wait. This is so fun. So, play this first, put it here, right? Yep. Play this, and then swing. And they can't really block. But 14 is not lethal, so... Atali triggering off of Eidolon is interesting because all of my spells trigger it, so this is 2 damage there if they cast it on my side. And their side has a pretty high chance of hitting a random ramp spell. In fact, Atali itself doesn't feel... Well, I don't know. This good hits. We'll see. And my opponent randomly gets a Reaching Flying Trampler. Excellent. Lanarels, they don't want to cast it. Alright, so they don't want to cast either of the spells they got. Opponent does, in fact, cast both of them. A little bit insane to me, but it is what they did. Kind of crazy. Alright, looks like fun is back on the menu. Love it. We just win, right? Power 3 or greater. Yeah, fun is back on the menu. This, I mean, this just wins the game, so I'm going to cast it. Love to see it. They're also, like, locked under Eidolon of certain spells they can't cast, because they would just, like, lose. Wow. Alright, I was not feeling confident at all when they played the Gwenna with the other thing there. This was... I don't know, would this ever be a problem? Let's see, this is swinging as a 4/4 double strike, but it doesn't have trample, right? Yeah, the fact that this is reach is really annoying. Alright, yep, well, we got there. My complaints were invalidated. Staying under land tax? Maybe. I don't think that... I mean, if they didn't have lands, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if that was something that ended up being a thing, I suppose that's true, so... Can't do anything about it now. Okay. I guess. Is that better than casting Wayfarer's Bauble? I feel like it isn't, but alright. Yeah, no, sure. I feel like cracking this was just a better idea. I mean, my hand is pretty well... Yeah, I don't, I think that was... Alright, I got nothing to say. Oh, wow, it's loot. It's the first commander of that set I played, and I only activated it once in 3 hours, and it whiffed. Like, literally all 6 cards weren't creatures. I was in shambles. Alright, loot, how do you beat the turn 1 Ragavan? Oh, that's how. Silly me. Wait, does this save it? It does. Haha! You fool! Oh, hey, look! I got their other Llanowar Elves. Wow, that went from, like, even trade to I just win the game. Well, I don't, not outright, but... I'm just gonna keep making my opponent feel bad about not conceding. And proceed to Cyberbully. Alright, Loot. What's your game plan? What is your game plan, Loot? I could have used the Elvish Mystic to tap 4 mana, but that's not very interesting. Do I have a good raid? I do not have a good raid. Alright, maybe I just did everything terribly. Yeah, okay. There's an argument that I just did the worst thing possible. Alright, now I'm going to be really upset if I lose this. That's an 8/8. Alright, cool. So we play this? No, we play Delny? Oh, no, 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 I don't want counters on it. Come on. Ugh. Oh my goodness. This is an embarrassing loss. Like, that Ragavan bully early is like, no business losing that. No business losing from that position. So I can no, Crocs is not going to get there. This is a very miserable loss. It's close to being lethal, but it's not lethal, so... Okay, well, they went to blocks, so they're not randomly putting a creature into play to block more efficiently. Although, I guess it wouldn't really be, quote-unquote, more efficient. Alright, looks like we're about to enter our last turn. We did it. We did it. See? There was never a moment in that game where I thought I wasn't going to win. I was just playing it up for the crowd. There was no way. I am still over it, chat. I am still over it. Speaking of over it, what on earth is this? Thalia? Do I have an artifact in hand? No? Alright, Thalia. Whenever you discard a creature, you may pay 3 and make a thing of it. Alright, cool. I don't imagine my opponent would block if I played cards. Do we think they'll block? Oh, maybe they will. I don't know, I'm going to swing. Make me have it, opponent. Wow, they didn't make me have it? Tragic. Let's play this. Alright. It looks like an order lull, but you know what? I did have something, so I only get one engine either way. Esper Sentinel. Now I can play around that one pretty well. Ghostly Pilferer. Slightly less ideal. Straight to combat. It doesn't take much for this to be a scary amount of damage, so. Yep. I'll make sure to read this. Comes untapped, draw a card. So it's probably a good idea to kill my opponent's commander. But it's also ideal to play cards. I really don't know what to do here. Whenever you discard a creature card, pay 4. My opponent does... Alright, let's just not be weird. Let's not be weird. Looks like they had maybe Pact the Negation there. Well, maybe it's Subtlety. Could be Subtlety, actually. Alright, whatever it was, I guess we'll never find out. It's a combo piece? What do you mean? Oh, I see. That's what... Yeah, right. Discarding. So they could just do this. That's why priority is being held. I see. So I guess it's a good thing I did kill this, because they had it instantly. If I didn't... if I didn't Lightning Bolt there, they would have just... But fortunately, they didn't get away with it. Now, to be fair, they also need something to do, right? I mean, they don't always have it, but it's been about 2 hours. I got a lot of games in with this deck. And you know what? I think I actually kind of like this deck. I think this is actually a cool way to play sort of an aggro deck. I don't know about the 4-drops, really. Like, Rankle was not necessary. Audric did not ever come up. I never ended up playing this, but I still do like what it's doing, kind of. I don't know. Again, probably not necessary. Absolutely possible to make this deck cost 3 and down. And more likely than not, it was probably just the right thing to do. Tajik, however, is just extremely annoying to deal with. Like, it's just an ever-increasing, growing threat, aside from the 5 cards it generates. So I think Tajik would always stay, no matter what. It's just one of the really good 4-drops. But for the rest of the deck, I liked it. I did. I was surprised at how many games that this just didn't die on turn 3 when I cast it. You know, usually when you play this, right, especially when you're not playing it on turn 2 because you're not green. We ended up taking out Mox, Chrome Mox, because it just panned out that most of the time your entire hand is super important and you don't want to go down essentially 2 cards. You go down the Mox and a spell out of hand just to play an additional land. It's just your resources, the rest of your resources have to really make up for that, and it didn't seem like that was happening, so I took it out. Actually trying to beat our opponents to death, right? And as I said in the beginning, starting your engine is not relevant, fortunately. It just never really mattered if I had the max speed or not. And if it does, this is terrible. Like, if all the text demanded that you had max speed, just went from, like, pretty cool and interesting and viable to just, like, completely unplayable and horrendously miserable. But fortunately, you just didn't have to worry about that. Actually, the other card that cares about, I almost called it velocity. Wow. I've been complaining about start your engines so much and wish it was just velocity as a keyword instead of start your engines, because I think start your engines is the dumbest thing could have named it, but so I already complained about that in the Hazoret video. This was one of the worst cards in the deck because of velocity. Oh, shoot, I did it again. Start your engines. Because start your engines is on this card, it just doesn't, you know? And I'm not going to, like, min-max the start your engine things, play the colorless start your engines cards, which actually you probably cannot do if you ever aim to actually cast this, because it doesn't have any colorless in the casting cost. It's just, starting your engines is not, it's not realistic, so I'm just going to take this out. There is the thing I don't own that should have been in here that would have just been fine. Edhart, Herbert. Yeah, Captain Eberhart is just, I mean, just put it in your deck, right? I didn't own it. Didn't have the materials to make it, but easy swap. Easy swap. The card advantage engines were pretty good. I think all of them were fine, like all the 3-mana ones and whatnot. I felt fine. If you're the one pushing damage, then you don't really got to worry about black market draining you before you're outpacing your opponent's life total before you're outpacing like your own. So that was never an issue, fortunately. And I think I did like these cards. I think they were all right. For your 3-mana slot, it's hard to ever play them on turn 3 and not this. It depends on the matchup, but for the most part, you want to play this on turn 3. I wasn't finding myself really playing something like this on turn 3, unless I had Dark Ritual and I'm just running it out really quickly or whatever. Flage and Croxa never saw play. They never came up. It's pretty difficult to have a game where I cast them out of the graveyard, because if my graveyard is that full and the game is still going, I'm probably screwed. But I'm sure there are some instances where these would actually win a game where you otherwise would have lost if it was something else. But I don't know. You, again, don't need Flage and Croxa. Croxa is probably, dare I say it, slightly better than Flage in a deck like this. Mainly because you could play Croxa on turn 2. Now, it's still not an ideal 2-drop. Where are you? It's not the ideal thing to play on turn 2. But that is pretty important. Whereas, again, your turn 3 has to be like banana sandwich to not be just this on turn 3. So I don't think Flage fits that bill. You could run Faithless Looting, right? There's plenty of hands where I'm like, oh, I'm just... yeah, Faithless Looting in a deck like this is totally reasonable. There's plenty of hands. You're looking at it, and you're like, oh, I wish 2 of these were something else. Let me get rid of them with the Faithless Looting. And you can do that later. And it feels Flage and Croxa and whatnot. So Faithless Looting could absolutely come in here. And the first thing I'd probably take out is Snapdax. The only reason I put this in here is because I think this card is awesome. I love it. I think it's just... the name Snapdax is just the most Mardu thing of all time. Like, how do you get more Mardu than Snapdax? I just love this card. And, I mean, I did play it, and it's scary, right? It is like 5 mana, deal 6 sometimes out of nowhere. That could matter. Also coming with a War Leader's Helix is pretty nice. It can't go face. That would be really nice, but can't have everything. The random creatures, it's essentially Voja in that sense, like Mardu Voja, where you play elves, you play Voja, you swing with Voja, and then profit. This is you play things with first strike. You know, your elves are just like 1/1s and 2-mana 1/1s with first strike, double strike. And then you play Voja faster than you would hopefully... excuse me, you play this faster than the Voja player would play Voja, although they do tap for mana on top of being like synergy. So you play this, and then, you know, all your things are big and scary. Yay! You don't draw cards, but who cares? You're trying to deal 25 damage. I gotta say I like it, though. I do. I do like it. It's an enjoyable way to close out games. And Mardu's always been interesting to me. As, like, if I'm going to play something aggressive, Mardu seems cool. You get the white card draw and redundancy and whatnot. Protection spells give her runes and stuff. You get like the red burn and haste and haha. And then you get the, black removal and whatnot. Actually, you know what? Black is... If this was slightly slower, you could run some tutors and stuff, but then you start teetering in the edge of something else. Zergo? Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's Voja at home. I think that's a good way to put it. It's probably just Voja at home. It probably is. Because the elves tap for mana, this doesn't actually come into play faster than Voja would anyways. So it's like... It's just Voja at home. It's just black Voja instead of green Voja. And green is the most prolific color in Voja. And black is the least prolific card in Tsagan. So, like, it's the absolute antithesis. You're replacing the green with black, and you're not even really playing many black cards. Where if you had green instead, your deck would be mostly green. It's just... it's funny. But that's how the breaks break out, and that's all right. Not everything can be the same. Zergo is a cool one, not gonna lie. Costs 5 and is not very appealing nowadays, right? You're not really gonna get there with it. If commander damage existed, it'd be awesome. 21 commander damage, 3 swings, love to see it. But yep. So to stop rambling, I can recommend this deck. It was fun to play, and I've heard that all the other content creators ever made a video about this, so hopefully my deck list is unique enough to warrant trying. But, yep, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.